Hey guys, welcome to Pretty Killer Podcast. I am your host, Jordana, and tonight I have a very, very special guest with me, my good friend. I'm so happy that I can call her a friend, but she's a host of Fear and Beer Pod, and she is part of Macabre Daily. Let's welcome Jamie. Hi, Jamie.
Hi, so good to see you, even if it's just virtually. It's always a pleasure.
I know. I feel like my heart's always in Florida with you.
I know, definitely. Horror Nights is coming up, so don't you worry. I'll make sure that we find time.
We're doing we're doing an adult
Yes,
trip. So we can have, and like we're doing pool days. We don't have
I
to
love
walk
it. I love it.
miles. So you and I will be in the fog. We'll ride the mummy again.
Definitely.
I'm really excited to have you on because tonight we're talking music, and because I've just been like wrapped in music lately. It's just like my go-to happy place, and I'm like, who can I talk music and horror that will get it? And you were the first person to pop up, so
I love that because that's honestly, I tell people that all the time. As much as I love horror and the genre and everything in horror movies, I just love the music behind it too. It just really, it's just such a big part of it. And I've always loved music my whole life too, in general, kind of my escape as well. So I totally get that. Yeah.
And also too, because I really wanted to be selfish and incorporate like music into HHN, because I feel like we're kind of stagnant with the announcements.
Yes. Tell me about it.
Yeah, so I'm trying to like manifest like us brewing and talking about it, that it'll maybe conjure up some like
definitely
spirits in
a little something for them. Just put it out in the universe.
Yes, please, we need it. But what have you been doing lately, girlfriend? Like, what have you been watching?
So I actually finished up the review today. I think it might get posted later in the week over at Macabre Daily, but I recently watched Stolen Kingdom. It's a documentary kind of about like abandoned Disney World attractions and urban exploring of those sorts. But this is the basis of the documentary is about Buzzy, the stolen animatronic from the Wonders of Life Pavilion in Epcot. And the question is, where's Buzzy and all that kind of stuff. So that's good. And obviously the hype out right now is for Obsession.
Yes, ma'am.
Let me tell you, the hype is real. I hate giving into it, but I gave in, and I just can't stop thinking about it since I've seen it.
Okay, because
I really can't. I absolutely love it.
Because I take people's reviews very seriously, like of the people that I know.
You haven't seen it yet, right?
I have not.
Okay, good. I thought so. I was going to say I didn't want to spoil anything. Okay, awesome. No, I absolutely loved it. I really did.
Everyone else is spoiling it and I'm not trying to be this person, but like, it's weird with this one because everyone's just kind of like freely just being like spoilers, just like the weekend after it came out. I'm like, I thought this would be like the second to third week that I might get that, but like everyone's doing it. So
I was seeing stuff the Thursday before the film even came out, and I was like, it's not even out yet. You people have no control.
None whatsoever. And like, I understand being excited about it, but like, let's not spoil the whole premise. But
for others,
you saying that the hype is real, I will take that like to heart. And another person who put their stamp of approval, and you'll know just as well as me, is Matt over at Macabre Daily. He said the hype is real.
I was so pleased that he liked it, and when he told me, he was like, you'll have to let me know your thoughts. We're waiting for others to watch it as well so we could start a little group chat to discuss it. But so far everyone mostly has pretty enjoyed it, and I don't go, as much as I enjoyed movies and horror films and stuff, I don't go to the theater as often as I'd like to, I guess. And I usually wait for streaming because I like watching films on the comfort of my couch with a snack and hanging out and not being distracted by the audience. But it makes me want to go back to the theater again to see it. That's how much I liked it.
Well, I want to get to the theater to see it because I did hear a spoiler about something that happens, but it was animal related. So I was very happy to know that because I am not going to bring Miss Roz to that.
Yeah, I was gonna say I wasn't aware of that, and I was a little upset. But I will say it's not as bad as it seemed, or as I thought it was going to be.
Okay, that's good to know. But I feel like I selfishly just want to go by myself to go see it, just so I can like. So I heard it's really good with other people too. So I don't know. I'm kind of in balance. But like the last theater experience we had a great one, but like the third act of Hokum, there's kids running around and talking, which was distracting. But I also understand like parents having to bring children to go actually. So like I get the duality of it.
You get the both exactly. Totally. But yeah. Other than that, over on the Fear and Beer side, we have our 100 Days Till HHN trivia coming up this Wednesday in 2 days. Yeah, so that's coming up soon. Keeping us busy, I shouldn't say keeping us busy, he's keeping mostly Nick busy because he deals with a lot of that stuff. So that's very, very nice of him to do so. And he's good at it. So, and he enjoys to do so. Yes, we're excited for that. But other than that, I'm really looking forward to Backrooms coming out at the end of the month.
I have my pumped for that one. Yes, girl.
Yeah, I have my ticket secured, been secured, so looking forward to that as well.
You're prepped and ready. I love that. I'm excited for it.
I took the day off for it. I was like, if I like it a lot, maybe I'll go again. Because I specifically signed up for A24's like monthly membership to get the free ticket for the Backrooms movie. And then I was like, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna like it anyway. So I was like, I might as well get a free one and then go and see it again and pay for it. So
exactly.
It works. Yeah.
I am stoked for that one. I'm really excited. And I guess I kind of like blanked out. I forgot that Mark Duplass is in it. So that you got me even more excited again.
I know. I was just gonna say your guy. Yes.
Yes. Love him so much. Well, trivia, I'm excited for that because I always feel like trivia is like the marking point of like, okay, we're almost there. You know what I mean? Like getting the grumbles going of like, I mean, I'm always
kind of gets us by a little bit.
Yes, but I'm always excited for HHN. So like,
yes.
But it makes me even more excited when you see trivia.
Totally.
Yes. All right, babe. So I know that you've been on the show a few times, but just like for newer people that are listening and want to be acclimated to like you and the show, what is like some of your first memories of horror or like a specific movie or memory or something that got you into it?
So it's funny. I really loved this question when I saw the little, I was like, oh my God, I love this one because I love talking about it. So essentially, growing up, my family's always been big on Halloween. We would always have Halloween parties every year when I was a kid. My mom would go all out. So I always loved it. My grandma was very big into horror too. And I have very fond memories of my early childhood, which there aren't many left, honestly. But seeing the first horror movie that I have recollection of seeing was with her, and it was The Exorcist. Which I always look back on it now and it's like that was probably like this maybe explains a lot to how I am like today. I was like, you know what, this kind of this makes sense now. But just thinking of that, and I feel like that kind of like step in that direction kind of led me to like in like my later years discovering like what subgenres I liked in horror and like what things like I didn't like gravitate as much towards. But yeah, I feel like I've always just liked Halloween in general, even if like when I was a kid growing up too, I was really scared like of a lot of things, of odd things too, like skeletons. My grandparents' neighbors had like a big display they would do outside with these really creepy, the old school, like late 90s, early 2000s, like vintage skeletons that would like shake and make sounds. And I was just terrified of them. So it was just like,
they're jolting. Like when it goes off, you're like, Jesus Christ, what is that?
They really are. But now looking back at it, it's like, it's so funny that like, I didn't have a dislike for this kind of stuff, but I guess I just didn't like find the right things that like I enjoyed the most about it. But I've always enjoyed that like just vintage Halloween vibe too. I wish it was like Halloween. I guess you could still make it feel like how it felt like back in the day when it was more prevalent. But like, I don't know, I sound so old saying it, but like, when you get older, it's not it's not the same. But that's why I feel like you try to, but I know how you are too. And I know you always try to make it feel Halloween all year round.
Like, but back here, the American Werewolf in London, the old decoration, you know what I mean? Like the H3 ones. I'm with you. I like the vintage 100%. Look. And my goal this year is to go thrifting to see if I can find some like older-esque Halloween decorations. Because like you said, I'm old, babe. I'm getting up there. And it's like trying to hold on to as many things to bring you back to that. It's
that nostalgia too.
Yes. And I just need that little like ghost playing music in the beginning of like Bloodborne.
Yes, that little boost of serotonin. It'll really do it for me.
It's the best. But I also just want to clap on Grandma and Exorcist because that is a duo I would not expect. But I love that Grandma.
Let me tell you, she was a real one.
She really is.
She sure was. Yes. She had good taste for sure.
My grandma asked me one time, she's like, because I was talking about something, she's like, are you okay? I'm like, yeah, I'm fine. She's like, do you need to talk to someone? I'm like, no, I just like horror. Like, and it's funny to me because
at least she was concerned, I mean, at least she cared.
Exactly. But like, if she knew now how much it is compared to back then, she'd be like, oh, girl.
You're like, you see where it's evolved now.
Yes, exactly. It's crazy. But
Yes.
all right, so we're gonna dive into some fun questions, and I'm gonna participate because I was just like,
I was hoping so. Yay.
I
Awesome.
know we need to throw some in there. So first question is, if what horror soundtrack scared the absolute shit out of you when you were a kid? Like, which one struck the fear of God into you?
I know you're going to love this one specifically, but honestly, it's kind of a basic answer, I feel like, but I have the most memorable thoughts when it comes back to this one. But the theme for the original 1978, the Halloween,
Yes,
Michael Myers theme, honestly.
1000%.
And again, taking it back to that old school, like vintage Halloween, like you used to have the Halloween like CDs that you would play that would have the different mixes on them or whatever. And I remember my dad's big into horror as well, and that's kind of where I got it from too. But I remember the day before Halloween, on Halloween, kind of like the late afternoon leading up, he would play that like when the trick-or-treaters would come and stuff like that and put it on the loop. And I was always like, ooh, and I'd watched Halloween at that point. So I would be thinking, I was like, man, I hope Michael Myers doesn't pull up here, you know?
Yes.
But then he would have like the old school ghost face mask with like the blood bag on it too. And I'd be sitting in my room watching TV doing something, and I hear like a tap, tap, tap on my window, and I look out and it's him in the fucking ghost face mask, just, you know. So I feel
"Hey, Dad,
like
what's up?
though,
Thanks for that."
yes. And I feel like the Halloween theme, it's just so iconic at this point but it's just still so unsettling.
It is, and I'm glad that you said like that he's gonna show up, because I always felt like he was gonna summons him. Like he would hear it and then just show up to your house and be like, "You're listening to this shit, I'll like kill you."
100%.
Terrifying.
I was
And,
like, we're basically inviting him here. What are we doing?
yes, like Bloody Mary, or Candyman, like saying it over and over again. Like, absolutely not.
Yes.
But I love that pick, and that I was writing on that one too. I'm like, I'm saving that as backup, but you will also like. Did you have any other ones?
That was my main one.
Okay.
You go ahead.
For me, because I was that kid that would swim in a pool and always like in the shallow end be swimming, and then I opened my eyes underwater and think I saw this like gray thing at the end of the pool, and the Jaws theme would start playing. And then living in Florida, because I was always at Cocoa Beach or in a pool all the time, the Jaws soundtrack that terrified the shit out of me, and it's beautiful. It's just like it's so gorgeous. Like John Williams is masterclass in that, but that is so like menacing and dreadful, and I loved everything about it.
And I feel like that's the kind of thing too with that sort of movie and that sort of like score that it has. It's just same with the Halloween theme. I mean, it's just so recognizable. But then again, now even for people who like aren't very much big into horror, are familiar with Jaws and familiar like with that score.
Exactly. Everyone knows it.
Everyone knows it. And the same thing too, like you'll still make jokes going to the beach and like, oh man, feels like I'm at Amity right now, and stuff like that. And same thing too, growing up here in Florida, being by the water most of the time, that was kind of always in the back of your head, just like, ooh, God forbid, I've never seen any sharks in my time down here at the beach other than little nurse sharks and stuff like that. But they are here, man, and it's crazy to think about. So it definitely is a very foreboding.
And I think about like how I was as a kid in the past, and like how whoever was watching me like truly like didn't care like how deep I went. And I think about it now and I'm like, wow, that was fun. That's crazy, because you never know.
And we had a pool too growing up. My parents had a pool too. So same kind of thing. I'm an only child as well. So being out there by myself, getting kind of bored. It's kind of cloudy outside. I'm like, oh man, kind of creepy, honestly.
Seriously.
Yes.
No, only kid problems, because
I was a weird kid. Weird kid.
Girl, same. I think that's why we get along so well. I was a child too. So
yep, there you go.
And then another one that I wanted to like segue into the next question, because the next question is like, when you watch a horror movie and it's perfect, it's great, like the visuals, the content, the guts of it are great, but when you add a horror score on top of it, it just like amplifies by 1,000. So I'll trickle in just because but like one that scared me, but also like just I felt like enhanced. Not the movie overall, but like the scene is When a Stranger Calls.
Ooh.
Because if you like listen,
that's
it's like
good one.
The strings, like when it's like very menacing when he calls, and it's like,
and I love this. Yep.
Oh, like even talking about it gives me goosebumps.
Gives you chills. I know.
Watching it for the first time, I was just like looking around, because it was like a real life person. So When a Stranger Calls had a great.
That's a really good one too. Man, I like that one.
What about you?
Honestly, did you still want to do the
Yes, yeah, well, yeah.
No, I just want to make sure the horror movies that scared us as a kid, right? Or soundtrack
Yes,
scared
yep,
us as a
yep, do
kid.
that one. Yep.
Yes.
Yes.
Honestly, I feel like the whole score for The Shining in itself too
Yes.
was just very unsettling and weird, and you know what I'm talking about exactly.
Yes.
And seeing, I feel like the first time I saw The Shining, I was a little bit older, maybe like 10 or 11, still not that old, but old enough to kind of realize what was going on and stuff like that. And it's
Yes.
just such, now me being into like the liminal horror space genre and stuff like that, like it's such like a liminal, aesthetically pleasing film, and that soundtrack just matches that vibe so well. But it just makes you, it makes you feel weird. I don't know how to explain it.
Yes.
It makes you feel weird. Yeah.
It's
Kind of like
off-putting. Like you
fevers.
just like
It is off-putting. Yes.
like this feeling of uneasy. And again, it's just like this, I don't know like how to describe it, but you just feel like instant panic when you read it.
Yes. Panic is, I was going to say panic is a good word.
Yes. I feel like a good one to go off that one for The Shining is like Poltergeist, because Poltergeist is like beautifully scored, but then there's parts to it that it's just like you're into it and you're like, oh, this is really nice. And then it just leads you into this place of like, oh, kind of like you're drifting too far, like from a safe place. You know what I mean? Like,
yep.
Yes.
And Poltergeist is such a good film in itself too, man. The original one is so fun.
It is. It's such a
And
classic.
looking back at it now, I feel like I haven't watched it in a while. Probably time for a rewatch. But I feel like every time I do, I'm like, man, this film was really obscure for its time, I guess. And I love, even now, like I love the, I guess, TV paranormal setting in horror films, if that makes sense.
Yes.
And I feel like that was one of the first times I've really kind of like seen that like used in horror, at least for my like personal viewing, you know?
1,000%. Yes.
Yeah.
I don't, Poltergeist is just, it's so iconic. And I feel like over time, like over the decades, it hasn't lost its steam. You know what I mean? Like I watched it with Roz and she was just like, holy, like the practical effects, that thing coming out of the door, you know what I mean? Like you look back at it. Yes. The clown is like the greatest part of that tree, just everything about it. Like, oh my God. And thinking that it's PG too. I just think that's hilarious.
And that's the thing too. It's not really a scary movie in that sense, but just the way it's like presents itself with that like subtleness makes it scary.
1,000%. And like the kid being involved, because I remember like watching it too. Oh, I think when we were down at Horror Nights, we had a couple drinks and we went back to the room and it was on, you know, because they always play like the AMC ones. And it's just like the scene where she's like talking about her daughter, about her being scared. And it just like gave me a lump in my throat and I kind of got like misty eyed. I'm like,
it's sad. It's sad too.
It is. There's so many emotions, but
I know.
It just shows how great it, you know, it was as a whole. But
yeah.
Did you have any other ones that scared you?
I did not. But if you did, you're more than welcome to.
I do not. That's well, I did Halloween too. Just like the synthy version of Halloween.
I'm a sucker for the synth. I really am. I really am.
I know that Halloween is iconic for its theme, but I sometimes prefer the synth by Alan Moore. You know, even though Carpenter's legend with his composing of scores,
the change up is nice and it's still good. So it's like if it wasn't good, it'd be a little indifferent about it, but it is so.
But it works, and I just love because I felt like 2 was so scary to me, like it because you saw more of him. So I think the switch up was seeing him more, and then like the synth added that like creepiness to it. So that one kind of jolted me as a kid.
I like that one too.
So then now rolling into the next question of music that elevates and just brings so much more to the table with more movies. I wrote down a few. Let's hear what you got, girlfriend.
I was going to say, so the way I kind of approached this one was not like films that I was immediately drawn into, but I feel like the score added more for me, if that makes sense.
Yes, and I love that.
Yes. Okay, perfect. So this one's kind of probably controversial for some, was Hereditary. I'm not the biggest fan of Hereditary out of that kind of like saga of A24 films at that time. I do like it. It's just not my favorite that I always go back to personally compared to some of the other ones. But I thought the score was fantastic. And it
I
really enhanced a lot of the scenes, I feel like. And that's what kept me drawn in for the majority of the first time, like watching it.
1,000%. I'm thinking about it now. I'm just like, yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Like that's, I wasn't a huge Hereditary fan either. And I don't know if it was like the subject matter that like turned me
Yeah.
off, or but it's just like how many times can you rewatch it? And I just wasn't like, I wasn't mesmerized by it like a lot of people.
I feel like, yeah, and I feel like it's one of those films too that's so like shocking to watch with that kind of opening scene with Charlie. And I feel like once you already know that's coming, like it's still like intense to watch, but it kind of like dims it a little bit.
Exactly.
But yeah, overall, I kind of feel like it was just a little bit lost for me. Maybe it just wasn't like really my vibe, and I couldn't get into it as much as I have for some of like his other films, but I still enjoyed it.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I said, I feel like the score really enhanced it for sure.
And I'm glad that you said that though, because I feel like so many people like not like they're afraid to say it, because I say things with my chest and I say what I mean, but like
yes,
it's just, it gets scary because some people like knives out when it comes to Hereditary. And
yes,
I get it, because like I understand that there's hormones that are impactful for us that maybe some people didn't like, because a lot of people think Halloween's like boring, and I'm like, okay, like
people do.
Yes,
and I get that totally.
But for Hereditary, I'm the same. Like it's some A24 movies are hard for me to get into and like rewatch, because they tend to be a little bit brutal too.
Yeah,
like,
honestly.
So
I've still never seen Midsummer. Everyone tells me, they're like, oh my God, I feel like you would love the soundtrack so much. I feel like you'd really enjoy it. And I'm like, I like the folk kind of like horror and stuff like that, but my attention span again is just really, I feel like an hour and a half, hour and 45 is like my perfect point right there. When it gets over 2 hours, I'm like, ugh, you're losing me. You're losing me.
Out. I'm like, and that's what I do. Like I cannot go.
I'm selfish. I can't lie.
Same. And that's the thing. Very busy. There's stuff happening. I need to watch a movie that's an hour and a half.
Yes.
And we can't be going 2.5 hours.
I get sleepy.
I do too. I know. What was one that just came out that was like Begonia? Wasn't Begonia like two something? Like 2:35?
So I ended up catching, Nick was actually watching Begonia probably like a month or two ago, and ended up catching probably like the last half of it. Even the last half, I was like, this is pretty long. I feel like I watched the whole movie.
And that was just like the second half. So just think like that's when all the stuff started happening. And like and I know like the build up, but holy shit, I'm like, get to the point. Like, this is, and anyone that can sit through 2 hours plus, kudos to you. But
you guys are better than me. Yeah, for sure.
Absolutely fucking not. No.
Did you want to do one, or did you want me to go off on another one?
I'll do one, because I think this might be a fun conversation piece. But so there's one is a more recent one that I found from a former podcast person that I knew, and it is the Greasy Strangler soundtrack.
Huh.
I love it, and if you get a chance, go to like Apple, like whatever, wherever you stream, look up the Greasy Strangler soundtrack. Andrew Hung did it.
Okay.
Very like techno-y, beaty, like very obscure, but if any recommendation, if you have like good bass, you have like no place you can have good sound, listen to Gulp. It's just called Gulp, and I add it to my playlist. So like when we're drinking and stuff, it comes out and people are like, what the hell is this? And I'm just like, burn.
That's honestly perfect that you mentioned that too, because I'm familiar with the Greasy Strangler, and past like cons we've been to and stuff like that, they've had the cast from it there. So I'm like, you know what, I need to watch it at some point. So I wasn't familiar that the soundtrack was good, so now I'm intrigued. I'm gonna have to watch it.
It's so good. And you need to, as soon as you get in watching it, you need to message me and tell me.
I was just gonna say, and message you. Yes.
That one is such a wild ride. I love it.
Yeah.
Okay. And what about you?
Okay. So this one, there's kind of on both ends. So Smile and Smile 2.
Ooh, okay.
So I wasn't a huge fan of the original Smile. I'm a big It Follows fan. And when I first saw Smile, I was like, this is like word for word, like It Follows, like some of like what they're talking about, except they're like smiling at you instead of like directly following you. And and I was so mad, because at the time people were hyping up Smile so much. And I'm like, you guys were not hyping up It Follows this much. I've never seen the hype for this. But now, I mean, now people, I feel like now it's finally grown on people after 10 years almost. Right, and, but man, Smile 2, definitely one for me where I feel like I liked the sequel so much better than the original. 100%. And for both, love the scores, but the Smile 2 soundtrack and score is phenomenal.
I'm so happy
Weird,
that
eerie, the strings, the opening title card of Smile 2, that like intro theme track that's playing. It was, oh my God, it was kind of embarrassing, honestly. Last year's like Apple Replay, I don't have Spotify, so I use Apple Music.
same,
Had
yeah.
like 3 or 4 songs from the Smile 2 soundtrack on there. I was like, oh my God, I really been listening to this shit a lot, huh?
I love
But
that.
yeah, it's so good. Christopher Del Tapia, I'm pretty sure who does the score, who composed the score.
Yeah.
But man, it is one like creepy, weird, unsettling, and like you have those like different scenes where Sky's kind of like going crazy or kind of like going into the bit, kind of where they have like the cutscenes of her like ripping out her hair and stuff like that,
Yes.
whatnot. But they have those like screams like mixed in with the tracks too, and oh my God, it's so weird and cool. Yeah.
Yes, I'm so happy that you brought that up because even like the original score, but even like her singing and her songs,
Yeah,
were just so like poppy, catchy, and I'm just like, okay, all of this works. And I'm with you too. I love Smile 2 compared to Smile because I loved Barbarian. And I feel like when Barbarian
I liked Barbarian. I did too.
that came out, like everyone, I feel like people pick sides. They're like, oh, Smile, Barbarian. I loved Barbarian. I was not expecting anything from that movie.
Me either. And I'm a sucker for any cameo of Justin Long, so that was a nice plus.
Because you never know what you're gonna get. You never know if you're just gonna get murdered immediately. If he's gonna be a complete dickhead, so you're just like, what version of him am I gonna get?
Yes.
Great picks. Okay. Oh, I don't even know if I can top that one. Okay. The new Halloween movies. Not a big fan. Not a big fan of kills.
Okay.
Definitely not. I definitely don't really like ends. I love 18, but I feel like they
love 18. Love 18. Really do.
Like 5 stars. The way they brought him back, like the scene where he's at the gas station and he puts the mask on and it's slow-mo and he closes it, like again, goosebumps. Like in the theater, I had tears in my eyes. I was like, holy shit, like
I saw it in the theater too, and literally I was like, he's so back. We are so back right now. Yeah.
And people were like cheering, and I was just like, one of the best theater experiences ever.
It was so good. I loved it. Yes.
And the soundtrack, phenomenal. But then we get kills, and we went to HHN and we ended up getting COVID. And it was like the first year that all that stuff happened. And that was horrible. But we rented out theater to watch Halloween Kills because I was so pumped from 18. I'm like, oh my God. And I was not a huge fan of kills.
No, after the 2018 Halloween, I wasn't really a huge fan of kills and Halloween ends. I feel like I kind of liked kills a little bit more than ends.
Same.
But I was very indecisive about ends because I recently rewatched it again and I was like, still not my favorite, but I guess it was a little bit better than the first time around. But I'm so glad you brought up the soundtrack for 2018 because I always say, compared to the original score from the first Halloween, this is probably one of my favorites as well because I think it's John Carpenter and his son Cody who both composed on it, and man, it's good. It's like, I want to say heavier. It's a little bit heavier than the original score.
Appreciated about it was so heavy, and like with the chasing when she notices the guy on the fence and it's like, and like I was just like, holy shit, like this is got my blood going. I love it.
Glad you brought that one up. I love that one for sure.
Thank you. Yes. I didn't want to be like too much on the Halloween because I know like it's very easy to get wrapped up in like dropping Halloween music because it's so good. But
no, that's okay. I was going to say John Carpenter should be talked about when it comes to composing because just not only from Halloween alone, just all that he's done. I mean, it's okay. We could praise him. It's fine. Yeah. I do have one more.
Okay. Say it.
Okay.
Yes, please, because I got another one too.
Okay, perfect. Are you, excuse me, did you ever see Cobweb?
Yes. And I liked it.
I liked Cobweb too. I reviewed Cobweb probably 2 years ago at this point for Macabre, and it was one of the first interviews I did. I interviewed Drum and Lace. She composed the score for Cobweb. Really great interview, super sweet, very, very nice. And the score is absolutely fantastic. It's just so kind of like beautifully dark in this kind of gothic feel, but also has that like, since it's based on Halloween. And I really liked Cobweb too, man. It was good.
Me too. The hate was crazy. I was just like waiting for it to be the worst thing ever. And I'm like,
I know.
this is not bad.
It wasn't. No, you were totally fine. I interrupt all the time and I have to stop myself. But I was going to say, and there was hate for it. And I will say, I did think it had a little bit of a slow start for me. But man, that it was sort of like, how do I explain it? Kind of fairy tale like soundtrack too. And the way they like portrayed the film and stuff like that. It was, I got to rewatch it again. I
don't even know if like mystical would be the word, but very just, or like whimsy, like
whimsical is, yes, whimsical is what I was looking for, with that like touch of darkness to it. I really like it. I guess that's what the kids call these days, like whimsy goth, probably.
Yes, probably. I know. I have no idea what the kids are saying these days because
I've heard that before, and I was like, I feel like that's a good way to describe it. But yeah, beautiful score for Cobweb as well, for sure.
And like that stars Homelander. Correct. I can never think of his name. Anthony
Which
Starr.
is crazy. Anthony Starr. Yes. I always tell people that. And I'm like, oh my God, you wouldn't believe it. This movie, Homelander's in it. And he's great in it. I thought he's really good in it.
I love Lizzie Kaplan. I think she's phenomenal. So I was just I like
Lizzie Kaplan too. Yes.
Great. And that shot of her in the doorway, when she's just standing there, like
creepy.
I personally think that's creepy, but I have a thing with like eyes. Like I have a weird thing with just like figures and eyes staring.
I do too. When he was blinking in the corner and it started like blinking faster and faster, I was like, oh my God, that's so weird. And even then, that was just like such a cool, like little detail too. And I just love when they darkened up the shots in the room so much that you could only like barely kind of see him in the corner. Like, it was, Coppa was a good movie. I feel like it's a very like creative like plot too. I liked it.
Same. And I did not buy into the hype that it was bad because again, super subjective. And it's just like, that was great. Now, do not mean to sidebar, but so you watched.
No, you are fine. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
You watch The Boys?
So funny thing about The Boys, I don't watch The Boys, but Nick loves The Boys. He's been catching up on the most recent season, I think. I think the finale's coming up. Yes. But every time I do watch The Boys, I'm like, this show is absolutely fucking insane for no reason. I'm like, this show is so crazy. Someone's blowing up, someone's exploding, someone's crazy is
unraveling.
Yes. Oh my God. And I tell them, I'm like, this show is so crazy. But I do sit there and watch a couple episodes sometimes, but I haven't consistently kept up with it.
I'm telling you what, when it's done though, you should watch it because it's like rough. I mean, I don't want to like compare it to like Game of Thrones type stuff, but just it's brutal. Like you see the shit that happens and you're like, this, like, and I swear by this, Homelander is one of the best horror villains. Like he is insane. Like you think all these guys are scary. No, Homelander is fucking nuts and he's amazing. But I just didn't know if you watched it because I was gonna geek for a minute because it's almost done. And
nope, that's what I was going to say. I knew the finale was coming up though, so that'll be the perfect time for me to catch up on everything then.
Yes, ma'am. I can't wait.
But I have seen some, and it's absolutely a wild show.
I love that you would totally say for no reason, because it truly has no reason to go that hard. It really doesn't.
I always tell Nick, I was like, I thought this was like a superhero show.
Yes, the same thing. And then because Greg was all excited about it, and then he's like, oh, so it's superhero and horror. Great combination.
Pretty dark, huh?
Very dark.
Yes. All right. Ooh, sorry.
See, you were, babe. I was just trying. These ones are not ones that these are ones that I did not hate on the first watch, but I have to give them the flowers. Just how amazing the soundtrack is and enhance the movie. But Late Night with the Devil. You know what I mean? Like that movie was like perfection for me. Like that was my favorite of 2024. But the news, music, just like the show's music, just that alone, I was sold on it. I loved everything about that movie.
Like the 70s, like broadcast style. I love that.
Yes. And again on Halloween. So I don't, with us in Halloween, it just must strike a nerve. Yeah.
It does. It really does. There's something in there and like click, you're like, you're gonna like this one
immediately. And like Jack Delroy, just like his demeanor, just everything about that movie.
Love his character.
Me too. Fit so perfectly. So I had to give the flowers to Late Night.
100%. And it's so funny because we'll talk about Late Night with the Devil shortly too. So that's so funny that you brought that up. That's awesome. And I love that soundtrack too. And I have it on, I have one of the records for it. And I think you do too. You have the record for it as well.
You got like the one variation that I wanted.
The early one. Yes.
And I got like the yellow or the orange and white one.
Yes. But I love that it has those like, kind of like broadcast in between too, like on the score itself, like on the soundtrack. I was like, that's really fun that they threw that in there too, like the clips from the movie, clips from the show, or whatever.
And
Well, his show. But I was like, that's fun. They added that in there. I like it.
And I feel like it's such a solidifying piece because it's just that attention to detail that added like the realness to it. Because I'm a sucker for a game show, like moment, sound, and something. I don't know.
For sure.
It's with me, but I don't have any other ones for that one. So
yeah, Cop Up was my last one. So
okay, awesome. So the next one got me really excited, and I didn't even have to think about it. I already had like 3.
Gets me excited too.
But I had an extra one. I'm like, she won't care if I had an extra one on. So so the next question I'm gonna ask is what Halloween Horror Night houses would you want strictly for like IPs strictly for the music?
Yes, love this question.
I know, and this is a tough one for me, but what was your first pick?
So it's funny because we've kind of discussed this over on Fear and Beer before, different IPs we'd like to see that hasn't been at the event before. And these are all IPs we haven't seen and we'll probably never see, unfortunately, because it wouldn't really work for the house. But man, if it was a house, that score would be phenomenal in it. And the first one obviously has to be It Follows.
Yes.
It Follows would be so hard, I feel like, to replicate in a house. But if it ever did happen by the HHN gods some way, somehow, wow, it would just be so. That's probably one of my all-time favorite scores in general from the probably last decade or so, honestly. And it's just so Disaster Piece is just phenomenal on it. And he doesn't really do like much stuff nowadays. I've recently looked into it and his work and stuff. But yeah, I just feel like It Follows would be so cool. And I would specifically want it for that soundtrack to be incorporated in that house. And it's funny because I watched like walkthroughs from the other HHN houses in Hollywood and that like Not Scary Farm and stuff like that. And in one of their, I think it was called Slasher Cinema that Knott's had as like an original house or whatever. But in one of the rooms in the walkthrough for like the 3 consecutive rooms, they play one of the themes from It Follows, like one of the tracks. And I was like, how did they get the licensing for this? 1, and I was like, 2, that's super cool. And I'm so jealous because I would love to see this in a house.
Yes, that's awesome that you got to hear that because I'd be like,
I could when I heard it, I was like, wait a minute.
You knew exactly what it was.
Yes.
I love the first thing you're like, you have a license.
I was like,
that.
I know this. But yeah, and then it takes it back to that like synthesize. I love a synthesized like soundtrack or score too. And I feel like Disaster Piece played so well on making it such like a dreary, like melancholic score. But picked up at the right moments and it matched up so well with the different scenes that the tracks like went over in the film. And it's just so like the scene where Jay is, I think the song or the track is called Jay, if I'm not mistaken, but where she's kind of like in the pool in her backyard and it kind of just like the soft like hums and just like that movie is like a fever dream in itself. And I just love it so much. It's just, but I love It Follows and I love the score. So definitely would like to see that. Probably never happened, like I said.
I just recently rewatched it and it is like 10 out of 10. It is so goddamn good and it's so perfect. And I feel like HHN needs to do like decade horror, like needs to do like the 2000s, the 2010s, and like do movies that we would never like truly expect at HHN. I feel like you could like do that with maybe 2 other movies. But that would be awesome.
I like that. And that's the thing with it too, like the obscurity of having it would just be fun too.
Exactly. Because people are like, but I think people will be intrigued because I think people want, do you know what I mean? Like people want big IPs and they want something like familiar to them, but also there are people that would love like the unknowns or like not the big ones at HHN.
For sure.
Probably do.
Yeah.
Pretty decent. So one day we'll see it's gonna happen.
We'll see. Exactly.
Terrifier was a house. I mean, stranger things have happened.
I always say that. I said, look, I never thought that I would get Terrifier and Five Nights at Freddy's in the same year, so anything can happen at this point. Anything can happen, really.
Oh, that makes me miss last year so much.
I know.
I want it back.
I know.
So I'm going old. I'm showing my age on my pick, but I am going, and this one will never happen. And it's very sad and disappointing, but I would pick Zombie from 1979 by Fabio Frizzi, Lucio Fulci. I would love to have like the shark versus zombie scene and have like an animated shark come and like just some guy standing there with his like wavy hair and having that.
That would be so fun. And I mean, Horror Nights love zombies, so I don't see why they can't make it happen.
But like that score, there's something about it, and I wanted to go see him because he was on tour. I think it was last year. And I didn't get. He was supposed to come to where I was, but
oh really?
It didn't work out. Yeah, and then Greg was like trying to get a place
right,
and that didn't happen. So I missed my town, and I was very sad about that. But
that's okay.
Yeah, I always put it in the universe that if it's meant to be, it's gonna happen. But
you come back exactly.
But I don't know, something about that score that does something to me. It's Italian horror. And
that's the thing too. Matt, as you know, is a big Italian horror fan. Yes. And so he's definitely given me, I have more recommendations now that I can keep up with that I do have to watch, because the Italian horror genre I'm not as big into, but I would kind of like expand more into it, and same with like Japanese horror and stuff like that. There's only select few that I've seen and whatnot, but I do like that.
I think that you would love like the giallo style. I think that you would love the obscurities of it. I think you'd love the music because a lot of the times when I watch those movies, like Deep Red has some weird, but like there's just like an intense scene and it's like a newscast type like beat, and you're just like, that doesn't fit at all, but it kind of works. It's just really weird. But
yes,
when you start exploring those movies, definitely message me because
I will definitely.
What's your next pick?
Okay, so this one. Okay, so funny enough, you were just talking about it. I picked Late Night with the Devil.
Yes, for a house.
I did. And we've definitely talked about this on the episode before too, that Late Night with the Devil would work so good as a house. And especially with rumors circulating around this year, they do have a character kind of already similar to Jack Delroy, HR Blood and Guts, who was already kind of like a Midnight Monster talk show host kind of style kind of thing. And I'm like, they've done this like vibe before. I was like, they could definitely do it and get the licensing or the IP for it. Whatever. Don't really know how that works behind the scenes. Maybe they can't, but would be cool. And same thing. I think it would be really cool to kind of walk through the house in the different rooms, and kind of when you're walking on set, you could hear above the speakers. You're like, all right, getting ready out here, Jack. And then we've talked about that it would be really cool too. This is just wishful thinking for me as well, but kind of having those cutscenes from the film where it's in like black and white. Yes. And having the rooms kind of switch to black and white, and you're kind of like walking like backstage at that point, and you're kind of hearing them talking back and forth overhead. And I feel like that's what would kind of make it so different too, because I feel like a lot of HHN houses, you kind of have like a score or soundtrack, but more like sound bites, I guess, really, or different like sounds projected. But I do like, you've seen it in like Insidious and like the Tooth Fairy house when they've had it, when they kind of play like a story being told throughout the house as you're walking through it. I love that like overhead talking kind of deal.
Me too. That's one of my like main things that I love in a house. So I absolutely get that, and that would be perfect.
So fun.
I would sell my leg to go to that.
I know. It would be so cool. It would be so cool. And I feel like they could execute it really well for sure. And just, I mean, they already have the perfect setting and layout for it. Plenty of characters. I mean,
the whole like possession scene, the whole Gus scene would be like just to see it in real life and have like worms coming out.
The worms. I was just house. Worms. Yes. Yep.
God, JD.
For sure. That'd be fun. I know it would be fun.
You need to like work on magic to have this happen.
Gets my hopes up, but I was like, hey, you never know.
And you never know either, because you could have like people listening just be like, oh, that's a great idea.
You're like, you know what? Write that down.
Just like I always manifest a Jaws house.
I'm still shocked to this day that we've never had a Jaws house. Honestly, I really am. I'm
hoping that maybe we get it like in the next couple of years. So they're just like, do it. But
because the nautical theming was so popular too for like Dead Man's and stuff like that, with Dead Man's Pier.
I know.
And with the scare zone that they had and stuff like that. I'm like, man, Jaws would just be an iconic house. Same thing with like if they ever did like people have always wanted like a Gremlins house, and I'm like, that could work too, honestly.
I would love a Gremlins house, but like they did Slaughter Cinema, Slaughter Cinema 2, they had the shark. So you could
Blood and Chum, they sure did. I'm like, you guys already got them. Come on.
Yes, and you don't even have to put them in a lot of the scenes. You could just like recreate. You could have jump scares. You could have body parts coming out. I don't know, but like,
that
needs to happen too.
It could totally work.
Yes. Well, great pick. So then I'm gonna kind of stay in the lane of Italian and in the same year, and then I'm gonna get a little bit further. But I'd love to see a Suspiria house, just with like the colors and the scenes and the soundtrack from Goblin. Like all throughout. I just think it'd be like a very
Love
like
that pick.
beautiful, like aesthetically pleasing to the eye type deal.
Mm-hmm.
And I just like envision the smell of like a city and just all of the notions. So I think that would be a great house visually and for the years.
That would be Jordana. I absolutely love that pick because that would be, like you said, a beautiful house nonetheless. But man, again, what a fantastic soundtrack.
Thank you. I don't,
So
that's
fun.
Again, it's like that.
So fun.
That beat when it kicks in.
The kind of like racy, like piano kind of like tones and like bell tolls. I really, really do love it. And to this day, I feel like Suspiria has one of the most personally just uncomfortable scenes for me to watch, even in the remake Suspiria, and then the original where I haven't seen Suspiria in a while, so correct me if it's a little off, but where she's like being possessed and contorting and like breaking her back and breaking her arms and shit. Like, oh my god, it's honestly, there's not many movies. If there's stuff that I don't like, that's too much for me, I usually just don't watch it. Like, I'm not a huge fan of like the Saw films, just because like I'm not into like the torture stuff as much. That's just not my vibe. Hostel, not my vibe. But that scene is so different. I cringe every time. I'm like, oh my god.
And it's not even bloody, but it's just
it's not.
The movements.
It's so painful to watch too. And ooh, man.
I'm with you. Like,
one. That's a good pick.
Thank you. I can't do Saw either. It's very, for me, like just over and over again. I'm like, I get it, but like,
right.
I just don't want to watch it the whole time. In Hostel, oh my god, I watched Hostel 2, and I was just like, I should have stuck at 1 because
I read exactly. Should have never watched this, honestly.
No, because then I have that like goddamn head the whole time. I don't know why I do it to myself because I'm just like, no.
And I'm so glad you brought that up or mentioned that because that's exactly why I can't watch them because it'll literally be stuck in my head for like days on end and I'll feel like a weirdo thinking about this and I'm like, oh my god, what a weird.
The Ugly Stepsister, did you watch that one?
No, but I've heard it's pretty gnarly too.
I watched it upstairs in bed and Greg was sleeping and the last part of it, like I did a reaction just because I could not contain myself, but I'm weird with like food. Do you know, like when you're watching horror and like you see something that's just like completely gross and just gnarly and you're like, ugh.
Yes.
And so if you ever watch it, do not eat a half an hour before or after because it was so gross. And there's a scene that's forever stuck in my head.
And I gotta watch it. I've heard only
good
things.
It was great. It was actually kind of like beautiful the way it was shot, but just I can't do it with the top core. That's where I kind of have my threshold. Like,
and then here we are watching Terrifier, but I always say that's always my comeback. I feel like Terrifier is just so over the top and ridiculous with the gore and with what happens. You know in your head realistically, you're like, this girl just had her like arms and legs chopped off and like slashed up and like salt poured into her body. Like there's no way this girl would still be alive, obviously. So I guess I just know in the back of my head that it's like unrealistic kind of in that sense. So it doesn't really bother me as much.
Same. And that's because like the first one, I won't lie, like when he wasn't like as funny, I was like, this is kind of creepy. But then like in 2, it all went away. And that's when it just, and like 3 was so outlandish.
It was
in the gore department where I was just like, okay, this is not, but like, don't ever ask me to watch August Underground, any of those extremes, because that's the type of gore that I can't do.
No, it's just not my thing, and that's okay. Honestly, no, we know our limits.
We stay in our lane.
Yes.
What was? Wait, you just went.
You just went Suspiria.
Oh yes, you girlfriend. Sorry.
Yes, I do have my one more.
Yes.
So this one, I classify it as a horror movie, but I guess you could say horror, coming of age, thriller, but another one of my favorites, and I think it would make for a beautiful house if they could get it to work, but I feel like it'd be kind of difficult. So again, this is just wishful thinking for me for something to want to see that I know won't happen, but I would love to see for the score alone, done by Alex G, I Saw the TV Glow as a House.
That I think that would be gorgeous. I think it'd be such a like so
really
many scenes that you could have like and just stand and watch them. You know what I mean? Like I think that's a great pick. And I knew that this was going to be on your list at some point, so I was waiting for it. I'm like, which category is she going to put it in? But it's you're not wrong with it. Love it.
When they originally A24 came out with the record for the soundtrack for the film, which I had gotten, and I'm like, man, I really wish they would release like the score by Alex G, it's just so fantastic, man. It's really, really cool. And they finally did for like a year or two later, they did for the anniversary of the film. So I have that one now as well. But I mean, it's just so like strong, heavy, like 80s vibes, but you're in a fever dream, but it's scaring you 1 minute from the track in Marco Polo when you see Mr. Melancholy's like the two demons that he has,
Yeah.
and they kind of like come out, and it's that like really loud kind of like banging alarm kind of sound, and the tracks just like switch up and go back and forth. I'll listen to it a lot, honestly, when I'm writing, because it relaxes me in a sense, I guess, because a lot of the score is like very subtle and still unsettling, but man, it would be cool to have that score and that as a house. So yeah.
I completely agree. I think all your picks would be amazing to see.
Thank you.
And yeah, of course. And I feel like if you like put it out there, other people would be like, yeah, I would totally want to see that.
And that's the thing too. Go ahead. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off.
I just remember the reception of that movie when it came out, and like the talks about how just gorgeous it was in the music. So
I'm a sucker for a beautifully tragic, heartbreaking, weird, obscure film, and I feel like that just checks all the boxes for me with that one. And I'm really excited for Jane's new movie. It's what is it? Teenage Death and Sex That Can't Be a Summer or something like that she's coming out with. Yes, the title's very hard for me to remember. It was kind of longer, but that one looks really good too, so I'll definitely be looking forward to seeing that. But yeah, I saw The TV Glow, definitely holds a special place in my heart. Really great film and a really great score.
I actually want to rewatch it again, because when I watched it, I was just kind of like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Like it's very,
yeah.
I don't even know how to describe the feelings that it brings out, but it's just one of those ones where you just kind of have to like, and you take away, I feel like you will take away something each time you watch it that you didn't get like the last time.
Oh, definitely. And even like the scenes that they incorporate with like the TV show aspect, like I said, I love that like TV show aspect. And I know you're a fan of that kind of stuff. Channel Zero, a banger, that first season. Love that.
So good.
You know.
I love that. Yeah.
And I mean, you could even have like Mr. Sprinkly in the house and stuff like that. And those like scenes with like the creepy clown where she's like, hey, Bozo, where'd you get that makeup out of, Avon? And just different like little scenes. Like you could have like the transfer from where like Owen's in the real world, and then him and Maddie are like stepping into the pink opaque.
Oh, I love that. See, it would be cool. You need to be on a board at Universal. You need to be on the creative team, because I think that you would bring so much flavor and like.
And it's so funny that you say that too, because it's like when I think of things like this, I'm like, man, whenever we do like certain episodes, like thinking of like our own original houses come up with or stuff like that, Nick always has such good ideas. And I'm like, man, you are so creative. And I feel like I need that, like, all right, I already have the movie here, but I could picture how the house would look like. So I feel like it only works for like the IPs.
Yes, I know.
Thank you.
Yes, I truly, because I love the ideas of it. And I think other people would too.
Thanks.
And I love the dynamic that we went in, because I feel like you have like the newer ones, and then and correct me if I'm wrong, because I don't think that this was a house. I don't think it was the variation of the house that I was going to say. But I would love a John Carpenter's The Thing. I want like his, because I know it was the remake, right?
It was the remake. Yep.
Okay, good.
Yep.
I want the original Thing as a house with that soundtrack pumping through, and I want it to be cold, and I want like. Yeah, and I want the opening shot, and I want the Thing to be on the screen, like when I just kind of like Halloween when they did the Halloween house.
Yes, and that's the thing with the Thing. There's just so the puppet work that they do now, and like these different like animatronics that they have in the houses and stuff like that, they could make them look so cool. And I know for the Five Nights at Freddy's house, they had Jim Henson's Creature Shop design a lot of the costumes and animatronics in that house, and I'm like, they have these like different. We've always talked about having like an actual like the original The Thing house. It would just be stellar. Yeah,
shit themselves.
People would flip.
Yeah, that's what Greg's banking on. He's like, okay, you got your Halloween house, you got your Terrifier house.
Like, come on, give it to me.
Like, I want it just as bad as you do.
Yes,
but like I'm hoping. That this year we get like because I feel like in 2016 we had. And thank you. We had like a good mix of like newer and older for houses.
For sure.
I hope we get some like oldies this year with some like new ones. I don't know.
I do too. And that's the thing. Like, like I said before, especially when it comes to HHN, I'm very selfish. I usually like IPs, and I usually only like them if they're movies or like based off
Same,
something I like.
same.
But then I'm always bamboozled, and I end up liking the house regardless because they just do such a great job. But yeah, I feel like that's always fun to see. Like it's nice to have the returning. Either way, I'm gonna love it if we get Mikey back. I love a
Yeah,
Halloween house regardless.
same.
Even when they bring back like Texas Chainsaw, like I don't mind seeing Leatherface. I'm familiar with Leatherface. I like it. It's
Mhm.
always the Texas Chainsaw films have always like creeped me out, even from my younger days. I was like,
Mm.
man, I could never go to Texas.
The stank, all the stuff, people running around with chainsaws.
But yeah, I'm curious this year, especially with it being an anniversary year, what we're gonna see for the IPs, man. Especially since last year I was like, like I said, I got the FNAF and I got Terrifier. I was like, what more could they give me?
And that's how I felt too. And then all the originals were so goddamn good. So I'm just like,
They were.
oh, like, what are they
Hmm.
gonna pull this year? So again, I hope that we get like a mix of some oldies and some new
I
ones.
do too.
I know Sinners is like a very heavy handed rumor, and
Yes. The
trying to
old
think what
Hellraiser 2, which I think would be very cool. We've never seen Hellraiser or Pinhead before. Yeah.
Pinhead would be amazing. Pinhead would like to, a new horror icon out of like the old horror icons would be great, but I digress. HHN, we always put our faith into your hands, and you never disappoint. So
We're trusting you guys.
don't fuck it up. Just kidding. And then I had a bonus one. Did you have another one?
I did not. Go ahead. Let's hear it.
My only that I was thinking about in the shower, I was like, how cool would it be though to have like a 90s, like the faculty jawbreaker craft type deal? And I know it's not like original score, but like just the theme songs or like those important scene moments and just having a
Hmm.
mix of like faculty into jawbreaker into the craft or something like that. But I just think it'd be
And they could
really
do it like an anthology style house too, kind of like how they've done with like Slaughter Cinema or whatever when they did what's the one I'm thinking of? Ripped from the Silver Screen. They did a couple
yes.
years
Mhm.
back in the day, and they had the different kind of like horror movies in each room. I'm like, I love an anthology house, so I love that. I think that'd be fun.
I want that to because I feel like we're in the era of like 2000s and like the 90s being like the
Mm-hmm.
80s, obviously 'cause we're progressing in the years, but like it's just kind of fun now that like 2000s and 90s is in the forefront, not so much of like
Yeah.
70s, 80s. So
Right. Totally. Okay, so now that you mentioned it, I do have one bonus one.
yes, please.
And I've talked about it before as much as I would love to have. I say this about everyone, but I really this one would be the one I would have most faith in to
Mhm.
ever even possibly come to HHN. But again, a fire banger of a soundtrack would be The Lost Boys as a house.
Oh my God.
Come on
Could you
now. Come
imagine?
on.
Could you imagine? I'm so mad at myself that I didn't even pick that
The
for
Lost Boys, and I was like, when I was doing them, and I was like, me, The Lost Boys is kind of a basic one. I feel like I always talk about The Lost Boys, but I was like, you know what? I'm gonna throw it
yes.
in there.
You need to because I'm mad that
Yes.
I didn't even say that one, but that would be
Hmm.
iconic. Maybe you
Yes.
never know.
You never know. I always like look into it. So I'm like, who is the Lost Boys owned by? Blah blah blah.
Yes.
Thinking, and I'm like, would they ever be able to get the licensing or whatever? Literally,
Is an
computer.
anniversary coming up? Is it going to be the 20? You know what I mean? Like, 'cause I always look for
Yes,
that type of stuff too. I'm like, is it an important year coming up? Because
I
maybe
do
we'll get
too.
something. Yes.
Hmm.
But that's a
Yes.
great pick, babe. I'm
Thanks.
so, yes. All right. So now we're going, instead of like what we've already heard, we're going to talk
Yes.
about what we want to, again, manifest into the universe of our favorite like artist bands
Mm.
creating music for horror movies. And this one, I had a couple. So, um, I have to go first.
So this one I thought was a very interesting question. I was trying to think about it. I was like, I feel like a lot of my favorite artists, like that I would want to see do something like Rob Zombie. Obviously, we've
Yes.
seen House of Thousand Corpses, we see the Scare Zone. So I was like, okay, we've already had him. And I was like, what if we did here? Let me just double check and make sure that I don't mess this up when I'm describing it. So it's like the artist that you would like to see make music for a horror movie. Yes. I want to
Yes.
make sure I'm on the right track here.
No, yes,
Okay.
you're good, girl. That's of course.
So I think it would be really cool to see like a metalcore or a hardcore band do like the score for a horror movie.
Oh, yes.
Specifically speaking, everyone's gonna be like, "Oh my god, what a basic answer!" But I've loved
Yes.
Knocked Loose for like 10 years. I'm a big Knocked Loose fan,
Yeah.
and I feel like even a lot of their like imagery and like their music videos and stuff like that is kind of that like dark gothic like cult like aesthetic, and I could really see them doing the score for a horror film in that kind of style as well. And I mean, a lot of like the breakdowns and like, excuse me, a lot of these bands, I should say, in like that kind of genre have a lot of these like longer, like deep, dark, like breakdowns and stuff like that, and different, like sometimes even like added synths and stuff like that. And I'm like, they're already halfway there at that point. I'm like, why not do it over for a movie and stuff like that?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Push over threshold and just go all the way and just like add that in there, because that sounds like it'd be a banging soundtrack.
I think it would be pretty cool. I was thinking, I was like, okay, you know what? Maybe this could work.
Yes. I feel like anything
Yeah.
can work, because like even seeing The Weeknd as a house is crazy.
No one ever thought it was going to work, and I enjoyed it.
I enjoyed it too. I know that it
Yeah.
wasn't as like, scary as most people wanted, but I just thought it was cool to incorporate, him, because
thought it
he's
was
very
fun.
dark. Because
Yeah, and exactly, that's the thing. Same thing too with I feel like people are more familiar with this like newer stuff, but a lot of his older stuff is a lot of, like on the darker side like that too. Yeah.
definitely. And it was nice to have like familiar music too. So
Yes.
that's a great pick. Mine is kind of weird, but I think I've
That's
talked
okay.
about this like quite like I maybe in passing or just like on other stuff, but
Yes.
I want Tyler the Creator
I
to
knew you were gonna pick this.
literally
That's the only
like
reason I didn't, because I knew you were going to.
like I love it, because do
I
you
love
not
it.
think that he could completely blow
For
us away with like a killer fucking soundtrack?
100%.
And he needs to star in one too. Like I need
Yes.
him
Yes.
to be a killer. I don't want him to die in the movie, but I want him to be just like crazy.
Yes, I could totally see it. 100%. That's so funny. I knew you were gonna pick Tyler. That's the only reason I didn't put it on there, because I was like, we'll discuss it, because I know Jordana will probably pick Tyler.
1,000%. But like his
Yes.
recent album, Don't Tap the Glass, there's a song called Mom and Him. I think that's how you pronounce it.
Yes.
And when you hear it, when the bass kicks in, it's like, and it just has this like menacing, and it just gradually just kicks in. I'm like, he would know how to craft a jump scare or like a tension building scene,
Oh, for sure.
a montage, just something. So I think he'd be perfect.
I think so too. And that's the same thing too, even with a lot of his like more instrumental like songs and stuff like that. I just love an instrumental in general. So I mean, a lot of these artists that we like and enjoy so much. I was thinking, I was like, how could I incorporate the 1975 to do a horror movie? I was like, man, this would be this would be a little obscure on that one. So I was trying to think. I didn't have as many for this one, but I was like trying to come up with more along the lines of like maybe they could do like a thrill, like a romantic thriller kind of thing. I was like, maybe not a horror.
Maybe like a Watcher with Nick and Moreau. You know what I mean? Like something
Yes.
like with that type of vibe or something
I
like that.
love Micah too. Yes, and I love that movie too. Underrated for sure.
That everyone talks about, and rightfully so, in the movies
Yeah.
that she's done, but no one talks about Watcher. And I'm like, why does everyone
That movie is so
skip
creepy.
over this? I know, it literally gave me I was white knuckled
Yes.
the whole time, and the
Yeah.
subway scene, like, give me a break. I love that movie so much. So
Yes.
people listening, go watch Watcher. What's your next pick?
Did you have another one? I was going to say I didn't have another one for this one. I didn't do as much on this one. I'm sorry.
No, you are completely fine, girl. Don't even worry about it. I picked Lana Del Rey. I think that she would be
Ooh.
very like whimsical-ish, but like some sort of cult type thing, like
Yeah.
witchy vibes, like some sort of movie like that. But I just think like the Star Girl interlude that she does with The Weeknd, just like the instrumentals too. I think she could tap into something. Old Lana, because I know Lana now is very much a Southern gal, and she's into country music, and that's, everyone evolves and artists do their thing, and no shame in that game. But I think old Lana would be perfect.
Lana is a good pick too, and it's funny because I have a good friend who absolutely adores her, and I told her, I was like, Lana dropped this song recently, and I was like, it's really scary sounding. I was like, have you heard it? It's called like White Feather-Tailed Dove, something like that. I'm not as frequent into Lana, so I'm not sure. Don't come.
That's a long ass title.
But yes, and the song is so like creepy and weird. I'm like, this song like belongs in Insidious or something. It reminds me of like Tiptoe Through the Tulips.
Oh, that's a great comparison. Yeah, she'll do some like, I don't like.
And I liked it. I was like, this is like creepy.
Yes, and I feel like she has that like kind of angle, and she rides the line of like Bond Girl. You know what I mean? Like with her voice and like young and beautiful, like stunning songs. But I just feel like she could be very dark and like with her voice and with the music that she constructs, because it's very, there's a lot to it. I don't know. I just think she's really good at it.
I like that.
Thank you. Okay, so and for the last, what are some horror scores that you've been loving this year? Like, what has been grabbing your attention?
Jordana, let me tell you, I know you have not seen it yet, but the score for Obsession by Rock Burwell is absolutely phenomenal.
Is it? So now you're telling me on top of it being just a banger all around.
We already pre-ordered it.
I saw actually when I was scrolling, I saw you guys say we just scored.
We sure did. Had to. Wow. When I tell you, it's literally been on repeat on my phone when I'm hanging out. Yeah, for sure.
Okay, I'm adding it right now though while we're talking, so I don't miss it because I need to.
Not to like, doesn't excuse me, doesn't give away too much, but it gives me that essence of how I felt when I first heard the score for It Follows.
Oh, okay.
I like it literally, like as soon as like the film started, I was like, damn, this is a pretty good little song right here. I really like this track. And then throughout the whole movie, I was like, man, I knew I was gonna like it, but it's really, I think you're gonna enjoy it. It's really good.
Okay, I'm queuing it up for tomorrow for my work day.
Perfect.
I'm so excited. And now I'm like, maybe should I sneak away and go see Obsession this week?
I know.
I'll be right back.
Nick was asking me, he's like, when do you want to go see it again? I'm like, I know we need to. And I was like, maybe after trivia.
Yes. I can't wait. And now I want to watch it so I can talk about it. Okay. Great pick, even though I haven't heard it, but I have full faith that
it's good.
A banger.
I promise it's good. Have you seen, okay, before we get off, because I had thought of this one and I didn't write it down. Have you seen Send Help?
Yes.
Did you like it?
Okay. Can I just
again, same with The Boys. I was watching it with Megan. I was like, this movie is wild. Absolutely. God forbid, Rachel McAdams. It's Rachel McAdams, yes, who starts it.
Yes, it is. Yes.
She's fantastic, man, in her craft because her character absolutely drove me nuts.
Same.
But let me tell you, surprisingly enough, I was telling him, I was like, it's really redeeming itself here because this score, the soundtrack they got going on here is pretty good.
Decent, yes.
Yes.
I don't know what I was expecting. It felt like a Sam Raimi film, but for me, I thought it was going to be more like spiraling out of control, even though I know like the situations that were happening were out of control, and I love that for her. I don't know. I did like it, but I have to rewatch it to see if I really did like it.
It was all right.
Yeah, it was all right. But
the soundtrack was good.
When you get a score and it's somewhat redeemable,
yes,
I'll do a rewatch just for the score.
Yeah, for sure. What about you?
Oh, well, I have to go with my favorite of the year, Hokum.
Is that the show?
Yes, I just got it.
I'm so jealous. That's so cute. Look at us saying cute to freaking Jack the Donkey. Oh my God, I love it though.
I want to be him for Halloween. I think I'm going to be him for Halloween. I want to do the suspenders, want to get the ping pong balls, and I want Greg to be home.
That's so funny. Oh my God, I love it.
Writer.
Love it, love it. Perfect because Hokum was on my list as well for this question.
Yes, because I mean, and by a great composer because he did Conjuring, he did Insidious, so like, of course he's gonna knock
Joseph Bishara. Come on now.
And I did not order this. I don't know if it's still available through Waxwork. I hope it is because I need to get the soundtrack. But
I needed to check that out too, and good thing you reminded me because I forgot they dropped that one too.
Oh no, hopefully it's not sold out. But I know. But that movie, okay, for me, that's like the 10 out of 10 for me. It literally checked all the boxes for me. Like,
yes,
the storytelling, the satire, just wrapping it all in a pretty bow. And then that ending, I cried 2 times in that movie. It really.
Literally, I told Nick, I was like, I kind of teared up at the end, honestly. I was like, it was really sad, and I loved it.
I did too, because it just like, I hated Adam Scott. And I told Damon, I'm like, it's so weird that you made people hate him because, you know, for the most part, it's Ben Wyatt.
Yes.
Like, get him a goddamn calzone.
I
Get
know.
him to Leslie Knope, you know what I mean? Like, let's make this guy happy. But
I know, and it's so funny too. When after the first time we'd watched it, I was like, man, he must have really channeled his inner Derek from Step Brothers for this role because I really just couldn't. I was like, he was such an ass.
There's points where I'm like, I don't know if I want a good ending for him.
Right. And also, speaking of, congratulations, listened and watched your interview with Damien, and that's fucking absolutely amazing. For those who are listening to this and haven't possibly listened to the episode, Jordan and I had the pleasure of interviewing director of Hokum, Oddity, and Caveat, the Damien McCarthy, and that's absolutely phenomenal. And I'm so jealous.
It's like it's like a pinch me moment because I have loved him since Caveat, like since I started my page. And I was just
And
like,
I say that from the get. I'm like, Jordana's the one who introduced me to Damien McCarthy's films, for sure. 100%. I swear to God. I swear to God, I say that. Yep.
It was and like finally getting a like because we were talking and we were supposed to talk before Oddity and he just started doing Holcomb, so he's like, you just missed me, and I'm like, shit. But he's the most humblest, nicest, most like I just had so much fun talking to him because you can see where the stories come from. So
yes, and that is just, man, that's cool. And like I said, he seems like such a nice guy too.
And thank you for checking it out.
He really does. Oh my God, of course I was very excited for it. And I was very excited for you too, because like I said, I know you've been a big fan of his film since the get-go. So that's super cool. Hell yeah.
And for people listening, hard work pays off. Just like, you know what I mean? Like for me,
what's the worst someone could say is no?
Exactly. But like, it just so happens like his movie's blowing up. You know what I mean? Like it's luck of the draw. And I'm just very honored that he sat down with me. He's a busy man, but.
Well, and you do put in the work. So I know that's right.
And he's promising a haunted house movie. So let's hope we get an even like cooler soundtrack with that one. So
yes, I was just gonna say, and it was very cool seeing Joseph Bashar was the one who did the score for this. I was like, ooh, immediately it was like Insidious, Fire, Conjuring, Fire. I was like, I know it's gonna be good.
Check those boxes all
yes,
around.
It was really, really good for sure.
Did you have any other picks for this year?
I want to say, oh, I did actually. Lee Cronin's The Mummy soundtrack.
I have not seen that yet, and that is
so it's so funny.
Priority to watch.
I haven't seen it either. I've only listened to the score.
Okay, so I need to add that
so
one to my playlist too.
So I had seen that Waxwork had dropped like the sand-filled and like a scorpion-filled like releases of the record for the score. They were unfortunately very expensive, so I did not purchase one. But I was like, you know what? I'm going to check out the score, and I listened to it one day, and I was like, okay, I like it. And I'm at this point, I'm just going to have to watch it when it comes to streaming. But even with the trailers that I saw for this version of The Mummy, I was like, this looks scary. I was like, this looks good.
And everyone's saying it's like an Evil Dead type, like esque, throwing that into the mix. I'm like, oh, okay. Because
love the vibes.
I love Evil Dead 2018.
So, I do too. I do too.
Give me The Mummy. I'm excited for it. I know there was like mixed like reviews, and I'm so behind. I haven't seen Faces of Death yet. I haven't
either. Don't worry, girl. Like I said, I barely go to the theaters. When it comes to going to the theaters too, like I said, I get a little bit of anxiety going, so I usually just wait at home. But if it's something I'm like really eager to see, I was like, okay, need to go see Obsession, need to go see Hokum, definitely seeing Backrooms. Yes. And I do want to see Passenger too. I forgot Passenger's coming out too.
But like, what are they thinking putting all these massive releases in 1 month? Like spread it out so we can
stressing me out. I know.
Yeah, my wallet is not happy with me. But
yeah.
I had one more. I don't know if you saw this movie, but
let's hear it.
Obex. Did you watch Obex?
No, but I'm familiar with it. I've heard of it, but I haven't seen it.
It's set in like 87, and it's just very like synthy, very like game, because it's kind of like
right at my alley then.
Yes, I kind of chalk it up to, and I think it's right in the description of the movie. It's like a Eraserhead meets Zelda. It's like a video game type thing, but very Eraserhead vibes. But
that's cool.
It has a dog in it, and it will, like, you will cry multiple times. Not in a sad way, but it's just in that way. And that's like, it's not like a spoiler, but it's just like the dog's okay.
I'll take it. I was just gonna say, as long as the dog's okay, even if it wasn't, I was like, at least you gave me a heads up.
Yes, because I hate going into movies and no one telling me about like.
No, I know, it drives me nuts.
Because I'm very much like, no, and I know it's a movie, but no.
I'm very emotional and very sentimental, especially when it comes to animals and horror movies. And I'm like, I know it's fake, but still.
Yeah. But you will love it. He sings a rendition of Cars. And he's in bed with his dog. And I always have to say, but he's like, you're in my war. And he like sings, and it's so ridiculous. And it's Albert Burney, I think his name is.
Yeah.
That directed it.
It's called Obex, right?
Yep.
Yeah,
and it was just.
I'm sure I've heard of this one.
Yeah. And it's like, it was, when I watched it, was my favorite of the year. It's still like in my top 3 because it's just so different. And I love, how much I love indie, but the amount of love that he put into this, and like, the way he is with like videotapes and just like showcasing old technology, and like, it just brought me back to a place, and I loved every minute of it. So if you get a chance, check it out.
That sounds really cool. I definitely will. Yeah.
Yes. Well, that's all I got for mine.
Awesome. I think that was, I was going to say, I think that, yeah, The Mummy was the last one for me as well.
Well, I mean, I could talk to you for hours about music and horror,
I know.
but I'm glad that we got to sit down and do this. And the next time, hopefully, we'll be together in the fog.
Couple months at this point, which is crazy to think about.
Of the Mickey Cup.
Yes, and this was so much fun. Thank you so much for having me on.
Of course, babe. And why don't you tell everyone? So you kind of like told us in the beginning what you have going on, but if you want to just let everyone else know again what's coming up, where they can find you, and I'm going to list everything in the descriptions too. So you get that.
Yeah, if you guys are into Halloween Horror Nights, I am a co-host on Halloween Horror Nights. Well, Fear and Beer, a Halloween Horror Nights podcast. You can find us on socials at Fear and Beer Pod on majority of them. And then I also contribute and I write over for Macabre Daily. And you could find us on socials for Macabre Daily as well. And then my personal stuff, I mean, I do post a lot of horror related stuff on my own page, Jamie Dixon. You could find me on there. I'm trying to kind of build my portfolio of showcasing my records and whatnot. So that's kind of my task of what I'm on right now. And if you're listening and possibly a local to Orlando, we are having our trivia for 100 days till HHN this Wednesday, pretty soon. So you really don't got much of a turnaround on May 20th. And then, yeah, I mean, we're really just getting ready for rumor season starting up hopefully soon. Well, finishing hopefully soon and getting some announcements, I should say.
I'm putting that out there too, girlfriend, because I'm anxiously awaiting, eager to plan and see what we have in store, see what kind of stuff to get ready for. But well, that's exciting, and thank you again for hanging out with me.
Thank you, you sweet little angel. Seriously, this was so much fun. Like I said, I love getting to talk horror and I love getting to talk music, so this was perfect.
Same, and we were definitely due for another episode, so I'm glad we got to do it. And to everyone listening, thanks for tuning in, and as always, make sure you're drinking water and be kind to one another. Bye, guys.